Have you ever been caught in a traffic delay because of road construction that seemed to go on forever and block traffic more than it needs to? The ABC, or Advanced Bridge Construction Methods, aim to eliminate these issues and also be more environmentally friendly and safer. A big factor in deciding whether to implement ABC methods is cost analysis. They hire designated professionals to do cost-benefit analysis and decide whether a project should or shouldn't use ABC methods. A little bit of context and where we might have seen the ABC methods used before. It's been just over 1 year since the tragedy at FIU, Florida International University, where 6 people were killed from a bridge collapse. 5 contractors were fined, according to ENR New York publication. This bridge design implemented ABC materials and techniques. It's unfortunate that this tragedy occurred because ABC methods aim to improve safety and reliability, where in this case it did not. Off-site concrete forming, which is a big portion of ABC, has many benefits. Because of the 3D pre-stressing process and how complicated it is, it greatly reduces costs and complications as opposed to fabricating these materials at the location where they'll be installed. The ABC methods adhere to the criteria list hierarchy from the Florida Highway Administration website, which consists of 5 categories, each having many subcategories. The first category being schedule constraints, the next being indirect costs, such as revenue loss, user delay. The next being direct costs, number 1 being construction, costs of construction, then methods of transportation, right of way, all the way down to toll revenue, which can help to subsidize construction costs. That's the longest category with the most subcategories. The next being site constraints, environmental, historical, archaeological, whether that site has any significance there. The last being customer service, how the public perceives this public project, because after all it's being paid for with tax dollars, and public relations. Some upsides to ABC are that fabricating materials off-site, it's much easier to control the pollutants. Pollutants not only are foreign materials that can harm the environment, but also anything that can restrict the view of drivers, because after all you are working near roadways, you don't want to compromise their safety. ABC method takes less time overall, which is good in almost every regard. A couple of drawbacks: in some cases the traditional cast-in-place method remains cheaper. Some believe that working hastily in this fashion can compromise safety. That's from a publication, A Traffic Nightmare, by B. Wilson. These methods are mainly intended for replacing older bridges or updating older bridges, which can limit potential cases where they would use these methods. ABC's sub-methods were analyzed in a project in Iran. They looked at that one single-piece deck installation with heavy cranes. Number 2, multi-segment installation with cranes. And number 3, single-piece installation of decks with the sliding method. Those being 3 sub-methods from ABC. In these 3 cases, the machinery used varied, and the procedure as well. And what they found was that the greatest cost factor came in serviceability, which is after the fact, after everything is all said and done. That study was by R. Akbari. So as we can see, the ABC method has global influence, and I believe with further collaboration, research from scientists and physicists, and also support from engineers, it can help to shape the future of infrastructure in society. Living in Southwest Florida, we've all experienced driving across the Matanzas Pass Bridge, which was constructed in 1979. It's also known as the Fort Myers Beach Bridge, which only has one lane going either way, which certainly the traffic is always restricted, and it may be in need of restoration or updating soon. So we may see the ABC methods implemented in Southwest Florida in the coming years.